Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. I've just put a short up where I just had a pile of these on the desk, all the little halves and necks and whatever, and I just quickly said what I was going to do with them. I've numbered them all. You don't need to particularly do that. I mean, they'll say here like 19 and 20, so they're all fairly self-explanatory. It's obviously when they come out of the box they're just all mixed up. I can't show you properly, obviously, because we've still got the ejector pins, I think they are, and I just fancied showing you the poses really, because they really are animated. I've got one standing still, but that's not a problem. I'm still not 100%. I'm veering towards Western. It still might be Napoleonic yet. I want to do one. I'm going to show you the two poses I'm reserving for a later one project, because I think they're really animated and they remind me of a couple of paintings I've seen over the years of different combat between people on horses. So yeah, of course I can't get that to be any better for you really, but you get to put that hoof on the ground. You get, right, let's move it like that. I don't know if I'll use the manes and the tails. I always think they're a bit naff on these, but it's the main sculpt of the horse we're after really, or I am. So we have that one. I think that one's a really nice pose. That's number 3. No order here, just I'm sorry about the clutter on the desk. The cavalry I'm painting in 28mm, actually the 4 horses are actually on my laptop at the moment because I've got nowhere else to put them. It's another one. It's this one, number 5. Again up in the air. You've got some really lovely poses, really animated. Now this one, number 4 pose, I'm calling it. You may think, well, I've never seen it. I've seen plenty of horses in the Western side of things, and the you know photographs, not photographs, paintings and that of Napoleonics in combat, and I think that's a really lovely pose. It's on probably be mounted on one hoof. Obviously, all of them will have to be pinned, and they'll have to be pinned to be worked on anyway. But you know, you've got your head being pulled over like that, so your rider will be literally coming off at an angle. Now, I thought that one, and is it this one, number 1? Let me just check with number 1. No, that's just a running pose, I think. So let's go back to number 5. So I was supposed to do this in an order that you could actually understand what I'm waffling on about. Number 5, I've got 7 pairs of hands. So I was thinking of this one and number 4 here. The way they are, you can have them literally as they would be sometimes in combat, literally swirling around each other. Wouldn't that make a great scene? I'm really enjoying that, what's going through my head, thinking about different possibilities with those two. But hang fire, Gav, because you've not done any of this type of work before. So let's calm our jets a bit. Now this is the standing one. I'm not sure if I don't do this one first, it might look as quite a boring pose. The head is pulled to one side slightly. It will be when it can get fitted on properly. I might do this one first because I can obviously cut my teeth on this one. But those two that I've just shown you, 4 and 5, they really, you know, that I've got some good ideas for that. It's just having the talent to actually do it. So here we go, number 2, the best I can show you really, which is a fairly stock standard pose. I haven't shown you number 1, have I? Number 1's almost like a racehorse getting to the finishing line, getting that neck out, like that. It's really like bowed down. I have seen poses like that before as well. So there's nothing there that I could probably say, well, that doesn't look particularly right to me. It might not look right to you, but you know, it's all subjective at the end of the day. Again, I can't really show obviously the mains because I find the mains on these tend to be a bit floaty, a bit like the Airfix ones as well. You have to add a bit of putty to actually. So I still might use them and just convert them slightly with some putty. I'm not sure yet, but yep, that's number 1. I haven't got the space. I didn't really think this through. So what I've been doing is I decided I'd start putting shorts. I mean, I do shorts anyway. It's mainly because obviously if it's too noisy, I apologise if you can hear the fan behind me, but it is literally 34, 35. I've noticed it's a lot more hotter up here than it is even outside. That's number 3. I thought if I put them on the inside, I'm not going to wipe because it's not a delible mark or whatever they call it. But yeah, that's our number 3. Really are some nice poses. I mean, these are old sculpts, I believe. I mean, they've been obviously fairly freshly moulded, come out the mould. But they're I think these were originally all done in the late 60s to early 70s. I might be wrong on that. Charlie Mack had said about this looks like there's going to be a fair bit of filling, sanding. There probably is, Charlie. But it comes with the territory, doesn't it? I don't have a huge amount of modelling skills, but each one I do does bring me up slightly better than the one before. And I tend to be able to do these better than I can do an aeroplane or a tank. So again, lovely. They don't look. I know they don't look much at the moment because I'm having to do that. But I've quite liked. So again, number 4 and number 5, I think will make a really good pose of whatever it's going to be. Yet I've no idea. It could be maybe, United States cavalrymen fighting with a Sioux Indian maybe on the Little Bighorn or something. It could be, a couple of Napoleonic hussars scrapping it out. I don't know yet, but the possibilities are endless. I didn't think particularly like rodeo poses or anything like that, which is why eventually I wouldn't mind having a go at doing my own. I'd have to probably heavily convert this, and I just think you might as well try your own if you're going to do that. As I said before, from what I watch, the rodeo horses tend to dig in at the front, and obviously their idea is to buck you rather than rearing up. But again, those two would make very nice poses. And then we'll just hit this one again. This is number 3. Again, you'll have to forgive me, the sprue pins or whatever are there. Well, not sprues, but the pins. But again, nice neck pose. There's a bit of texture on them, on the skin already. As I say, it's just mainly I'll just have to be careful with the bridles, as you can just see there. Providing I can get away with, I would imagine they'll be okay for Napoleonic bridles, I would have thought. But I want to do it properly, so I want to really look into the different tack setup. So tack being, the bridles and all the different girth strapping and the saddles themselves. For depending on what subjects I'm doing, Western saddles, Napoleonic cavalry saddle. It could be English Civil War. It could be anything, But we've got our bases here to work on. So there you go. I'll just leave those in front of you. So yeah, sorry about the edge of the desk. You can see how much I've got on. Nothing's moved forward. The problem is with the heat wave, I don't want to spray varnish. I don't want to spray. I've got my little 1 in 56 tank from Vietnam for my own collection. That's got no farther forward because I didn't particularly want to spray in these conditions. I've got the Summer Venti. I could actually do stuff on the Summer Venti, and I probably will do, but my hands sweat that much. I don't want to just put it all over the paintwork. And yes, could wear gloves, but I don't think I've been wearing gloves in these temperatures. I've got my little 6mm, as you can see on the left there. They're waiting for a varnish. They're done. They're just, oh no, they're not. They're waiting for it. I just need to put some paint on the grass because I like to just put a bit of stuff on the grass. And the couple of conifer type trees I've got there. So they need doing. Be a separate thing on those when it's time. So I've been painting which you can't see, some 28mm, the Perrys that I've been showing you. I think I put a short up earlier on. So it's all going on. but I'll say the weather's throwing a bit of a spanner in the works at the moment, because when any project I want to go to, I can brush paint okay. I'll use a wet palette. I'll keep that hydrated. It's just, as you can expect, holding paintbrushes in 30 plus temperatures. It's hard going, but the modelling side of things, like these guys, I could, whichever one I pick, I can put it together, sand it, and that'll be good. But I can't really do much else on that. I could do with a putty and that, I suppose. I'm undecided yet. I still haven't made an order of getting some flattened lead wire. I have been suggested to that when I was doing that Airfix Lancer before. Or whether to use plastic, as was with the, had some very thin plastic card with the old Airfix Lancer I did, and that did work very well. Some people said it didn't work for them. Like for once, in my luck, it laid down quite well for me. The only thing I wasn't happy with, and I said to you guys at the time, was the actual reins themselves to the hand. You couldn't get, it was billowing out too much, and it's not flexible enough to I don't know, make it tighter, if that make sense. And it was also a bit on the thin side. So yeah, I might well. I've got to buy some heads and hands from El Greco, so I might get some lead wire. They do lead wire, like flattened out, and I might do that, or a mixture of both. I'm not sure yet. Right, thank you very much. I'm just sticking these up. I just feel like sticking the videos up at the moment. And as I've said before, I understand there isn't going to be a huge amount of interest. There never has been really in my display painting, but people more like my war game stuff. But and that goes for most people that do display painting on YouTube. It's not a particularly big thing. But it's just really following my progress. Really, there are a few guys as niche as me that do enjoy it. So you don't have to do it yourselves. You can just watch Gav make a stuff up of everything. So yeah, look after yourselves. I'm going to finalise which one of these. It probably will be the standing one, because although it seems a boring pose, I think that will be I don't have to, not so much think about it, but I'm not having to work out on something what I call like a dancing horse like this, what I'm going to do, where it's, there's going to be a lot of thought going into that fall of the different reins and the rider and all that stuff. We haven't even approached doing a rider yet, have we? So yeah, there's all that to come. As I say, I'll just build on it. You'll have to be prepared if you are following along. You don't have to put comments, likes, whatever, do whatever you please, but I will be alternating in no particular order from shorts to doing these longer ones. I say I'm uploading a short now, or I just have, and now I'm sticking this one up. I just felt like doing it because it was easier to explain. So yeah, they'll flash up and down to, and obviously I've got my other stuff going on that'll be not as normal coming up on the vids. But this particular project I'm calling it sculpting and converting at the same time, because I really don't know what's going on yet. Definitely the rider's going to have to be sculpted, apart from the head and hands. But I will be doing sculpting head and hands. I'm just not confident. It's going to look like a potato with two lamb chops for hands type of stuff. So if I do a fairly decent job on the rest, it would be a shame to ruin it with a naff head, so and hands that just look like blob of clay. So I will have those ready in the wings if I have to go down that road. We shall see. So yeah, just follow along if you want to. They'll be coming up. I'll stick them up when I've decided I'm going to be doing something. I don't think it's going to be one of these projects that goes on the back burner for years and years, or months, or days, whatever. I've got my teeth into this a bit, and it's something I've been buzzing around in my head for probably 2 or 3 years. So yeah, I've got the horses. Let's give it a go. I love painting mounted figures, and let's do it in a larger scale. Eventually, I wouldn't mind doing 75s or 90 mils, 120 mils, but that would all have to be sculpted yourself. I would like to sculpt a horse. I fancy sculpting a buffalo. I fancy sculpting a cow, steer, whatever you want to call it, if I'm doing a Western type thing. We'll see. All bubbling around in my head. But for now, I still can't give you a definite, is it going to be a Western figure? Is it going to be a Napoleonic figure? I believe that this standing horse will be a Western figure. And I will mull that over in the next, because for the moment, sticking it together, sanding it, potting it, because I'll probably have to epoxy putty bits. That will give me a chance to make my mind up where I'm going with it. So you look after yourselves. Sorry if this has bored some of you. Well, if it has bored you ain't even been listening, have you? So what am I apologising for? So anybody else that's stuck with it, thank you very much. And let's move on this one together and see how far we get. Look after yourselves.